Welcome back to part 2 of our special vampire double feature. I so much wanted it to be a lesbian vampire double feature, but it just wasn't so with the Velvet Vampire. Okay, I made another one, but I took a lot of liberties, so really you can't even call that a Sazerac. I got a shot of bourbon. 4 Roses small batch. Okay, for the price, you can't find a better bourbon than 4 Roses small batch. The same old Mexican brandy. And this time, I got about a quarter shot of straight Benedictine. So you could use B&B because I got brandy and Benedictine in there. Go ahead. Mix that with your bourbon and just enjoy. This time I just put the Peychaud's bitter because I thought that the Angostura bitters might be a little bit too much spices with the Benedictine. Benedictine's kind of a spicy liqueur. Hey, let's have a little bit more of that. Got the same piece of lemon in there, and I threw in a cherry, so yeah, it's not a Sazerac anymore. But it's good. Okay. Vampyres with a Y. The ultimate lust. Not too much of an exaggeration. Their lips are moist and very, very red. Lipstick? Vampyres, the most unnatural ladies. Starring Marianne Morris, Anulka, Murray Brown, Brian Deacon, Sally Faulkner, Michael Byrne, Carl Lanchbury. Yeah, in color. Although not much more color than the poster. Okay, it was color, but it was a little dark. Vampyres, 1974, SA Pictures. Might have been 1975 before this made it to the States. Director, said Joseph Larraz on that poster. Jose Ramon Larraz. Starring Marianne Morris and 1973 Playboy Playmate Anulka Jubinska. I'm probably not saying that right, but give me a break. Might be why she was only just billed as Anulka. Okay. I wrote a little bit more about this one. I was slacking off on the Velvet Vampire. Honestly, I had to add parts that I didn't even write down. I think I got in a hurry to write it up is what happened. A voluptuous redhead, Morris, and a petite blonde, Anulka, are getting hot and heavy in bed when a shadowy figure in a hat enters the room and shoots them repeatedly. Well, damn, is the movie over already? This is just the opening scene. No, the movie's not over. We flash back. Or maybe forward. I don't know. We have a young couple driving down the road. Their camper trailer in tow. Down this country road looking for a spot to camp. And they're kind of lost, you know. They're looking at the map, trying to figure out where they are. Suddenly, they spot a caped woman by the road. Right off the side of the road. It's the redhead. And the girl in the car sees that the blonde is right behind her. They stop and give the ladies a ride. In turn, the ladies show the couple a great place to camp, right by a creepy old house, right on the grounds there. As the campers camp, the redhead, Fran, picks up a middle-aged fella. Kind of reminded me of George Segal, but it wasn't George Segal. In much the same fashion as they were picked up by the couple. Only she brings Ted back to the house, where they have some very awkward, violent sex. Now, not like sexual assault kind of thing, but just like the director said go, and this actor just... It was like he's never had sex before. He's like wrestling with her. Maybe they just had to keep it rated R, so they had to wrestle instead of, bonk. Okay. Ted wakes up to find Fran gone and a large gash on his arm. On his forearm. Oddly, this gash is not bleeding. It's just an open wound. So he wanders out to the campsite there, and our campers help him clean his wound, and then watch helplessly as he heads back to the house. That night, Fran returns, and this time she has friends. Miriam, the blonde, and Rupert, a blonde dude, who they likely just picked up on the way there. Fran strips for Ted, but he is too weak to do anything but lie there while she sucks more blood out of his arm. And it was a pretty good striptease, stockings and all. She then joins Miriam to eviscerate poor Rupert. Yeah, they really slaughter him. Okay, the next day the camper girl is working on her painting. Throughout, she has been doing a painting of the creepy old house during the day, so it's not as creepy, but it still kind of looks, I don't know, like Dr. Frankenfurter over at the Frankenstein house. Why am I singing tonight? A little bit. While Camper Girl is working on her painting, Ted tries to leave, but as he's heading down the road, he sees a car wreck, and he sees him pull Rupert out of the wreck. Well, Rupert was just there last night. He returns to the house and promptly gets locked in the cellar. It seems Fran has taken a liking to Ted, and she leaves him weak and tired. They don't dispatch poor Ted. He's like anemic in her bed, while she and Miriam seduce a wine expert in the cellar. Yeah, this guy was such a prick that you kind of wanted to see him. And by seduce, I mean, yeah, they tear him up too. But like I said, you're okay with that at this point. 'Cause this guy's a pompous ass. They drain him of blood after he drains some of their precious wine from the cellar. Okay, I don't want to give away too much, but at the very end, we're going to skip to the very end. Ted is asleep in his car, still kind of weak from the blood loss. And a realtor is trying to sell the place to an old couple. All right, you with me? He tells Ted to get lost before he calls the cops. Now, the campers, I don't believe that they have left, but yeah, it's just Ted there in his car. The realtor goes on telling the sordid tale of the house to the old couple, who seem even more interested in buying because the place has a sordid past. Well, Ted, from his car, overhears enough, and he's out of there. Turns around and off down the road. Okay. Let's summarize. Hold on. This cherry is going to be so good when I get to it. I thought we had begun at the end of the story, but now I really don't know. I'm not sure how you get from where we leave to the beginning. It's a good story, well acted, almost softcore porn. And the setting, this old house and this grounds is fantastic. I don't know where this is, but it's beautiful. And the inside of this house, I don't know if it's a museum, I don't know what it is, but it's perfect. They've probably wrecked it by now, but perfect in this movie. Creepy old place for a couple of creepy gals to drink blood. Drink lots of blood and make it in the shower afterwards. Kind of rinse that blood off and get all glistening and... Did I already say moist up here? I know you hate that word. Some of you hate that word. Very good. But what the hell happened? I still don't know how we got from there to here. But anyway, this time when we're billed as a lesbian vampire movie, we deliver a lesbian vampire movie. 4. It's a 4-ring circus on feature 2 of the late night picture show tonight. Okay, monkey. Now's your cue. Wow, what is going on with the reflection on Monkey's face there? He doesn't usually get whited out like that. Look at that. I seriously bought this just to pick movies out of the bucket. Okay, let's should we go by process of elimination here? Yeah, I think we're just going to pull that one right there. Okay. Next week, or at least I think next week. I'm not taking any vacations that I know of. Although, next weekend, yeah, I'm off an extra night. So I'll have Charlie with me Sunday night, and then Monday night, I'm working on my friend's video. Her third video. Uh-oh. Product placement. You'll see this in this movie. You know what this means? This means Giallo. If Giallo started with a J, you'll see J and B, and you'll see Punte Mes in Black Belly of the Tarantula and Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Those aren't both Dario Argento, but they're both Giallo. So join us next week, and I'll have to come up with some J and B, even though I'm broke. I ran out of tequila. Can you believe that? I'm out of tequila. And I bought all the wrong JPEGs to cash in. We'll have to hope my crypto does better. Join us next week for a Giallo double feature here on the Late Night Picture Show, Black Belly of the Tarantula and Bird with the Crystal Plumage. If you liked what you saw tonight, if you want me to make you one of these drinks, just come over and I'll make you one. I'll even let you co-host the show. Let's have some fun. I got an extra chair right here. Look. It's full of action figures. Wait. David Hasselhoff is on my chair. Come and sit here. Good night, kids. See you next week. Or thereabouts. Oh, thumbs down? Comments? Leave some comments. Do you like David Hasselhoff? Good night.